Hello, trumpet lovers. This is Chris Brown. I hope you're having a wonderful day and enjoying your day, enjoying the opportunities we have to be trumpet players, the blessings we get to be able to play this great instrument. I hope you're having a great time today. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that came up recently in lesson. But I want to first say this: if you have not done so, like this video. Also, check out my website. That's Chris Brown, Braun trumpet.com, where you'll see additional resources, information about me. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to me, information about my jazz group. Innovation is on there. Our website information is on there, contact information. Also, some additional resources on my resource page, documents and things that may be a help to you. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you for checking out this video. Today, we're going to talk about really how to keep a nice open airstream going, or avoiding closing your throat when you play the trumpet. This is an issue that comes up, I think, with trumpet players, possibly more than many other brass instruments, because we play an instrument that has a very small pipe, a very small bore, roughly 459. They used to be 438 back in Louis Armstrong's day. They were even smaller back then. If you play a flugelhorn, it could be like 421. So the bore is very small. So we're blowing a lot of air through a small mouthpiece and also a small horn. And that small horn creates a lot of back pressure that can cause us to have problems in our playing. And one of those problems is not playing open or keeping your throat open, but often closing your throat when you try to play, especially when we play higher. So one of my students today was, we're dealing with an embouchure issue with him, kind of trying to reconfigure his embouchure. And something came up where he said he had a burning sensation in his throat, and he talked about it was hurting. And I asked him about, did he feel like he was keeping his throat open, and he said no, he felt that it was kind of closed when he was playing. And this happened to me. So what can we do to get a nice open playing, an open throat when we play? The problem is often we close our throat, or we activate the swallowing mechanism that closes our throat, and we try to play, but you can't play when your throat is closed because the air won't go through there. This often happens when we're playing higher notes. I found this happen to me many years ago, and it could still happen to me if I'm not careful trying to play higher notes. So what happens is we'll try to play like a G scale. And our throat closes up. That wasn't a good example because I was trying to do it, and I've been so conditioned not to be able to do this now that I was having a hard time to actually trying to get it to close. But we end up closing our throat, going up to the higher notes, and they come pinched. Instead of having a nice open feeling, like a relief. Where we're nice and open and relaxed. I was relaxed and open when I did it that time because I didn't close my throat, or like I was saying in the first time, I was trying to close my throat. So, what can we do to not close our throat when we play? Well, it's a bad habit that you're going to have to train yourself to avoid and stop doing. So, what you can do is there's a simple exercise or a simple thing that animals do, dogs do. It's called panting. And you might have a dog, or dogs, and you know how they pant. So what can we do to keep our throat open? Well, simulate like a dog the panting motion. Now first, before you do this, any extended length of time, make sure you're sitting down. You don't want to pass out. We already have problems as trumpet players playing higher, trying to get a lot of air through this little tiny instrument, and you might find yourself get lightheaded. So sit down when you do it and simulate the panting dog for a minute or so to get the feeling in your throat of how your throat needs to be open when you play. That is the feeling that you need to have when you're playing, like I was playing a minute ago. So simulate that, pant like a dog for a minute or so, and then take your instrument and simulate it through the horn. You can start with air and then blow a note. Start with things like long tones to get that sensation. You might start with just breath attacks, not actually tonguing it, but just breathing in. So I would just breathe in like the pant, inhale, and exhale. As you may have already noticed, the inhale is open just like the exhale. That's why panting is a great exercise for you to be able to keep nice and open. So we're going to inhale and exhale on the, and you can see that that's like a like a ho or a ha. And if you breathe in that same way, it's like it's nice and open. So try that on long tones. Again. Try sustaining them. And as you sustain them, lean into those notes, keeping it open. Keep that energy going, maintaining that. Think about that in your head as you're doing it, because your throat is going to want to close if you had this bad habit. Keeping it nice and open. Expand those long tones. So you do this in your preparatory exercises like lip slurs and long tones. Do it with the C. And feel that openness and maintain that openness in your throat throughout each of these exercises. Then get into lip slurs, doing the same things, keeping that openness. You're going to want to close your throat if you had this habit, but you need to kind of maintain what it feels like, but also in your mind, keep that throat open by leaning into all of the notes. A lot of times as trumpet players, we initially hit the note and we play those successfully and we relax. You don't want to do that. You want to keep the energy going. I'm keeping the energy going as I play that sustained note. And that's what you want to do. If you close your throat, you often will get to the habit of releasing and letting your throat close. So try this panting exercise. At first, sit down, try doing it. Do it for a minute or two to get that feeling. And then go into your trumpet playing. Start with long tones. Breathe in like you do panting, and then blow out. Just release it. Just trying to do notes at a time. Expanding up to be able to get the higher notes as well, because like I said, the high notes are often the ones that we struggle the most with closing our throat. And then carry that into some slur exercises like where you're releasing it. Start simple, expand, develop from there. And you'll find you'll rid yourself of this nasty little problem of closing your throat when you're playing. So I hope this was a help to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you very much for your time. Try these exercises. Try the panting exercise to help you keep a nice open throat when you're playing and be as effortless and relaxed as possible. Visit my website, chrisbrowntrumpet.com, for more information. Have a wonderful day and enjoy playing the trumpet.